and welcome to today's full body opening flow. Great for flexibility, a little bit of strength and balance. I'm going to give you guys so many options of what you want to do here so that when you come back to this video to really gain that flexibility and that strength by opening the body and opening the energy channels within the body to allow this life force energy to flow through you. You can do it in a way that is more intuitive. So really just listening to your body and aligning the breath with the movement and the mind and the soul to make a very aligned and beautiful spiritual practice. So roll out your mat, make sure you're in something comfy. If you do have blankets or blocks, I always suggest having them nearby. You never know when you're going to need them. I might be using a block today. And then blankets are also really good for our sensitive knees. All right, but this is going to be knee friendly. All right, so make sure you're in something comfy and let's get started. So to start, we're going to begin in downward facing dog. Making sure that you spread the fingers out wide, pressing into the knuckles of the fingers, keeping the ears by the biceps, bending the knees as deep as you would like, as deep as you need, pulling the belly in to allow the hips to reach up to the corner of the room. And then walk your dog, so paddling through the feet, stretching out the backs of the legs, tapping into your breath, allowing the day or whatever you need to be doing, whatever thoughts you have running through your head, to just spill out the crown of your head. Use your breath to aid you in that release. Just waking up the body. You can bring the legs wide as well if you'd like to pedal out that way. Feel out your shoulders. How do they feel? How do your hips feel? And now planting the feet, making sure the heel is behind the widest part of the foot here. Finding stillness for just a breath, pulling the belly in, elongating the spine from crown of head to tailbone. And on your next inhale, plant the left foot and reach the right leg up to the sky. Bending the knee, opening the hip, and rolling out the ankle. If you would like to take circles with the knee, you can bring the knee next to the left knee here, open it out to the side, to the back, and again, and also going backwards. Using your breath to kind of help you, but making sure to roll out the ankle, very important. One way and the other. And then gently moving on to the other side, planting the right foot, reaching the left leg all the way up, bending the knee, opening the hips, making sure your shoulders are still square to the mat and you're not opening to the side here. It's not good for the upper body. Only twist from the belly down. Roll out the ankle and then taking those circles with the knee to open up the hip even more if you need to. You got this. A few more breaths here. Press into the knuckles to really get some weight off of your wrists. Carefully bring the foot back down. Gently bring the knees as wide as the mat. Big toes to touch. Sink the hips to the heels here and relax in a child's pose. Bringing the hands underneath the forehead or bringing the index fingers and thumbs together. Bringing the knees as wide, bringing the elbows as wide as the mat and resting the forehead on the floor. Stay here for 5 powerful breaths. If this isn't comfortable, make your way onto an easy seat. body. So reaching the arms out in front of you if you're in child's pose, walking them over to the left. And if you're in easy seat, just take a nice side bend over to your left. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, no matter where you are. Opening the heart or resting the heart down. And bringing this right hand on top of the left here to open up the side body. Not forcing, just going as far as feels good for a little stretch. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then moving on to the other side, walking the hands to the other side, the left hand on top of the right. Rest the chest or open it. And breathe to open the side body. Ground into your seat, into your foundation. Carefully make your way back to center. Come up onto hands and knees and back into a downward facing dog. Belly's coming out of here. We'll take a nice easy walk to the top of the mat. So just stepping one foot and then the other. Once you get there, bring the feet hip width apart. Heel behind the widest part of the foot. Bending the knees deeply, drop the head, and slowly roll the spine up to stand. Shoulders, neck, and head being the last to land. Take a few cleansing breaths here. Pressing into all four corners of the feet, grounding down to really gain some strength and energy from the soles of your feet, all the way through the legs, softening through the knees here. We don't want to be locking them. Pulling up this energy past the belly, activating our core, and lengthening our spine, relaxing our shoulders down, opening the palms forward, opening the chest. Feel nice and open here. Chin parallel to the floor. Just looking forward. Release any holding or tightening of the muscles that you don't need to be doing here. This is a very gentle, strong, and powerful pose. Really just return to oneness and who we really are, which is this graceful, courageous being. Take a nice deep inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, bend the knees, cactus the arms. Open the chest to the sky, palms down to your sides. Once more, reach them up. And then clasp the fingers, bring them behind the neck and head here, just opening up the chest and the shoulders and the arms. If you're feeling good here, make sure you bend the knees a little bit and you can rock from side to side in these little twists. Mainly twisting from the torso, the belly, the core. Just allow the rest to kind of happen. Try not to swing too much, you don't want to hurt yourself. Control it. And now bring the arms above the head, holding on to opposite elbows with the hands. Keeping the feet hip width apart where they are. We'll take an inhale, find length. Exhale, we'll come down over to the left. all the way to the floor, bringing this elbow to the right knee, and opening up to the sky. So it's like this Ferris wheel kind of motion here. So dropping one way, releasing into a fold, opening to the other side, and coming back up. So one more time on this side. Exhale as you release down. Inhale as you come back up onto the other side. You can switch the grasp or the position of the hands if you like. And then dropping elbow to knee to fold. Exhale. Inhale, make your way back up. 2 more times. Release the arms when you come back up. Inhale, reach them up once more. Exhale, bring the palms together, fold, bend the knees deeply. Inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, and step the left foot back into a low lunge, just real quick. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Pop that back leg up. Plant the left palm and reach the right hand to the sky. Easy twist. Pressing into that back foot, pressing into the front foot as well. Squeezing the inner thighs in together. Squeeze the core into the belly or into the spine. And bringing that hand back down. Step the back foot, bend the back knee, and step it up to the top of the mat. Take a nice deep inhale, half lift, straightening the spine, pulling the belly in. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step the right foot back, low lunge, roll the shoulders back, look forward, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring them down. Plant the right hand, pop the back knee up, reach the left arm up to the sky, easy twist. One more breath. Exhale, bring the hand back down, bend through that back leg and bring it up to meet the top. Inhale, half lift wherever you are. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step the left foot back once more, but keep the knee up this time. Really find stability here in your foundation, pressing through all 4 corners of this front foot, making sure the knees over the ankle, back foot is nice and strong. Squeeze everything into your center. As you breathe in, reach your arms up, high lunge. Breathe deeply here, take a few deep breaths. Relaxing the shoulders down to open through the chest, create space. Allow yourself to shake. Hold strong, one more deep breath in. On your exhale, come back down. Hands come down to the mat. Plant the left palm, reach the right to the sky, easy twist. Exhale, bring the hand back down. Step up to the top of the mat. Take a nice deep inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up to mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, land. Breathe it in, arms reach up, palms together. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, find your flat back, core in. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back, find your foundation, your stability, your strength. Really pull everything up and into your center before coming up. High lunge. You can bend through this back knee if you need to. Really listen to yourself. Listen to your body, breathe through it. 2 more deep, long breaths. Take one more inhale, actually. As you exhale, bring the hands forward and down, planting the right palm, wiggling that back foot back a little bit to open to the left, easy twist. Breathe it in, and breathe it out, palms both on the floor. Step that back foot to the top of the mat. Breathe in, flat back, nice long spine. Exhale, bend the knees deeply and fold. Inhale, roll on up. Exhale, Tadasana. Stay here for just a moment, recalibrating your energy. On your next inhale, reach those arms up to the sky, palms together. Exhale, bring the prayer down to the floor. Breathe it in, flat back. Elongate all the way through the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. Plant the palms, step that left foot back into your high lunge, come all the way up. A couple breaths here. You've already been here, feeling strong. Take a nice deep inhale. Cleansing breath out. Really press into all 4 corners of this front foot. We're going to step up to the top of the mat, but balance on this front foot here. So take a breath in, a breath out. Breathe it in. Step up to the top of the mat. So bring your hands onto the front of this left shin. Pulling the knee into the body here, into the chest. Rolling out the ankle if you'd like. And we have a couple variations here that we can do. You can hold on to this shin still with the right hand, pulling the belly in and reaching that left hand back behind you for a twist. Keeping the hips square to the front of the mat. If you'd like to go any further, you can hold on to the big toe, or just the foot, the inside of the foot, or the outside of the foot, depending on where you are. And straighten the leg out in front of you, still opening out to the left side. Breathe deeply, bend through that bending knee if you need to, or that standing knee if you need to. Take one more breath. Exhale, inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bring the knee back into the chest using both your hands now. Just breathe. Then gently bring the knees together, still standing and balancing on this right foot. Bring the hands either in front of the heart or on the hips, and step the foot back into Warrior Two. Back toes to the side of the mat. The front heel is in line with the back arch of the foot, bending deeply into this front leg, making sure that you're not reaching forward. We're just going to reach the arms out on both sides, finding the center point with the earth here. Looking past the middle finger of this right hand. Breathing deeply. Feeling the stretch in the inner thigh, strengthening and just pulling energy up from the ground, from the soles of our feet. Take a couple more breaths. Gently straighten through that front leg. Heel toe the back foot in a little bit for a triangle. So squeezing everything up into the center. A nice gentle bend in the knee. Reaching the arms out once more. Take an inhale, find length. Hold the belly in. Exhale, reach forward and then down. Creating length in both sides of the waist here. Holding on to maybe a block right here in front of the foot or behind the foot. Or just a shin here, not putting too much pressure on it. And reaching this left hand up to the sky. Core is still engaged, you guys. Looking up or down, wherever feels good. And you can stay here, or you can make your way onto half moon. So if you're ready to go into half moon with me, and if you're still here in triangle, you can take some circles with the arms. Feels really good on the chest. But if you're taking a half moon, bring this left hand onto the hip, bend through the front leg, take in a block, and you can put it right in front of you here. You can do this without a block if you can touch the ground as well. But you're going to take a half step up with that back foot, plant your hand into the ground or the fingertips into the ground or a block, and begin to step and open the hips over to the left. Opening the hips to the left, straightening through that front leg, pressing into all four corners of the feet. And the back leg stays stick straight here, flexing through the whole foot, pressing it into an imaginary wall. And if you're ready to go even further, you can reach the left arm up to the sky. And if you're ready to go past that, you can even look to the left. Be gentle with yourself. We'll be here for just a breath. Exhale, bend into that front knee. Step back into triangle if you are in half moon. Gently bend into the front knee. Everybody now. Stepping back into a plank pose. So shifting the hips to face the front of the mat. Stepping back, plank pose. Optional vinyasa here. Take a plank. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, gently lower to the belly, to the floor. Inhale, open the chest forward. Exhale, fold. Press yourself back to downward facing dog. Take 5 deep breaths here. Taking whatever movement that you need. Gently step to the top of the mat, 1 foot at a time. Making your way to the top of the mat and forward fold, bend the knees deeply. Gently roll up to stand. Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Palms together, exhale, fold. Inhale, find your flat back, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back into our high lunge. Squeezing everything into the midline. Reaching the arms up from the center and out. Finding this nice long line from tailbone to crown of head. So pulling the belly up and in so you're not dipping the booty back too much. Take a nice deep breath here. In through the nose and out through the nose. Breathe it in. Begin to really transfer your weight onto this front leg. Exhale it out. Inhale, step up, bring the knee into the chest, holding on to the front of the shin, rolling out the ankle, finding your balance, riding that wave. And then taking your variation of the twist, whether you're holding onto the knee and reaching the right arm back, looking to the side, or holding onto the toe, the big toe, the outside of the foot, the front or the inside of the foot, and straightening that leg forward and twisting this way. So find your variation, ride that wave for 3, for 2, and 1. Pull the knee back into the chest. You got this. Let go of the knee, bring it next to the other knee. Still keeping that foot lifted. Bring the hands to the hips or in front of the heart and stepping back. Warrior 2. Finding your alignment, widening your stance so that your knee is in front, or the front knee is over the ankle. Finding your alignment, the front heel and back arch, and then reaching the arms out long. Finding that center point where the earth really just connects with your energy through the tailbone to the crown of the head and beyond. Feeling the strength and the energy just being pulled up through the feet, through the muscles, activating everything in the body as you find grace in the other body here. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears and gazing past the fingertips. One more breath here. Gently straighten that front leg, heel toe the back foot in. Take a nice deep inhale, find length. As you exhale, reach the fingers forward, hips go back. Lengthen both sides of the waist, triangle pose. Reaching that right hand up to the sky. Taking a slight bend in the knees if you really need to, but remembering to activate through your core center. Staying here, maybe opening through the arms both ways, or moving into half moon if you tried it on the other side. Right hand onto the hip, bending through the front leg. Take a half step forward, taking the block or touching the ground here. Beginning to transfer your weight onto this front leg, bending through it, strengthening and opening out to the right. Open the hips, open the shoulders, open the whole body. Flex that right foot, pressing it into an imaginary wall behind you, straining that leg. Activating the whole body to keep you here and going only as far as feels good. Feel free to challenge yourself. Take one deep inhale, wherever you are. Exhale, hand back on the hip. Step back into your triangle. Everyone now pivot on that back foot, bend into the front leg, plant the palms. Step back into your plank pose. Finding your vinyasa, your flow here. Inhaling plank. Pull belly up. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way to the floor. Inhale, finding your up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths. Notice the difference in your body. Look up towards your hands, bring the shoulders over the wrists, stepping the feet back into plank. Hold here for just a moment. Nice and strong, making sure the hips are level with the shoulders. So we're not bringing them too high or bringing them too low. We want to just look past the fingertips. Take a nice breath in, pull everything up and in, hip bones reaching towards the hands. On the exhale, gently lower the knee. Bring the elbows into your sides to lower it onto your belly. Bring the hands forward into Sphinx, elbows under shoulders, or even more forward depending on how you're feeling. Just take a couple breaths, opening the chest, pressing the toes into the mat. Core is still engaged, you guys. Take one more breath. Exhale, lower the chest to the floor. And for this next pose, we're gonna open up through the shoulder, stretch that out a little bit. So you're gonna reach the right hand out to the side, palm face down, and you're gonna roll over onto the right side of the body. Relaxing the head on the floor, bringing this left leg wherever feels good in front or behind the leg here. Keeping the hand just pressing into the floor, not forcing anything. Just allowing any stretch here that needs to happen. Deep breaths into the belly. One more breath. Exhale, roll back onto your belly and moving on to the other side. Reaching the left arm out and rolling onto the left side. Taking whatever variation with the legs you would like. Breathing deeply, relaxing the ear to the mat. Remember, only go as far as feels good. A couple more breaths. On your next exhale, return to the belly. Gently push yourself on up. And our next pose is a nice wide-legged fold. So just real quick, coming onto your seat and reaching both legs out wide. Making sure the knee is facing up, the toes are facing up. You can flex through the feet here. Take a nice soft bend in the knees if you need to, so you don't hyperextend. But really just activating through the muscles. Just stay here for a moment. Take a couple breaths. Make sure that you're really on the center of your seat here, where you can feel nice and tall and long. If you're feeling like it's hard to be here, you may need to bring the legs a little bit closer. Whenever you feel ready, if you feel like it is time for you, you can start to come forward, just inching it a little bit. As soon as you feel a little bit of a stretch, I suggest to just stay right there. And I'm feeling it right here today, so every day is going to be different. Just allow yourself to still find length through the spine as you breathe. Imagining there's like a ball of light traveling from the tailbone to the crown of the head as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, it just travels all the way back down, aligning you. Three more deep breaths and a stretch. Really make it count. As you exhale, press yourself back up. And bringing the feet together now in our butterfly pose. So with this pose, I just want to remind everyone that our knees are only, or our legs are just only going to go as far as our hips allow. So this is a hip stretch, an inner thigh stretch here to really open up that area. But remember, it's the bones that really just allow us to be where we are in this stretch. So don't feel like you need to push down anymore. That's only going to put stress on the knees because the knees are going to want to turn. So as we are here in this pose, find what feels good. You can even flex through the feet to kind of help you protect the knees, or even put a block underneath the knees. We're going to take some arm stretches here. So reaching the left arm out to the side and then pulling it in with the right arm here. And you can roll out the wrists if that feels good. I love doing that. Just opening up through the back, the upper back, and the shoulder. Deep breaths. We're only going to be stretching our arms for a little bit. And then moving on to the other side. With the right arm in, rolling the wrists, and stretching it out. Now releasing that stretch and taking a tricep stretch. So here you can actually just pull the arm, really press the head back into the arm so we're not like going forward here. Still aligning the spine, breathing, imagining that ball of light traveling along our spine as we breathe. And if you're someone that likes to take some binds, you can also just bring this arm back behind you and reach it and hold on to the opposite hand. So work your way there. Take one more breath here. And then release, we'll move on to the other side. Tricep stretch, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Pressing that head back a little bit. Taking whatever variation works for you today. One more deep breath, make it count. As you exhale, release the arms, bring the hands on the outside of the legs to bring them closed. Make your way to the center of the mat, and we're going to lower onto our back. Bringing the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side. You can bring the knees wide here. You can even take a happy baby, reaching the arms between the legs, holding onto the outside edge of the feet, and pressing the feet up to the sky, still keeping a nice bend in the knees. And rocking from side to side, really wherever you are, making sure that your lower back is really flush with the mat here. So that might involve you needing to shimmy around a little bit, hold the belly in slightly, and then continuing on your little stretch journey here on your back. Take a couple more breaths wherever you are, whatever you intuitively feel is good for your body to open up. Let's actually just take one more breath. And bring those knees together, give them a little squeeze. And now just dropping the left leg down long on the mat, flexing through the foot, and then pulling this right knee into the chest. So you can stay here, or if you do have a block or a blanket and you want to take it a little bit further, this is a great stretch. I'll just show you here. And if you do have a block and you want to try, you're going to have to press your feet back into the mat, bending through the legs, and bring the block underneath your hips, wherever it feels good. And then straighten through the leg and bend through that right leg. So this is really going to open up the psoas. A nice deeper stretch here. If you don't have a block, you can always use a book and put a blanket on it. Just make sure it's nice and comfy for you. We'll take a few deep breaths here before moving on to the other side. Last breath. Exhale, gently bring both feet onto the mat. Pull the left knee into the chest and then straighten through the right leg. Try not to force anything here. Allow what is. Allow gravity to just help you open here. And surrender your body into the mat. Couple more deep breaths. On the exhale, release the left foot to the floor, bend into the right leg. If you have the block, press into your feet to remove it, lifting the hips, setting it off to the side. Just bring the feet out wide here, knees together, hands on the belly. Notice how you feel. See if there's any other stretch that you need to be taking today, whether it be an ankle to knee, a little twist. Maybe legs up the wall, whatever you're feeling, just tune in to your body, ask it what it needs. Notice the energy, wherever you're feeling it. And now gently moving into whatever stretch you feel you need today. I'll give you guys ample time to do both sides. Just take 5 deep breaths if you're doing something that involves both sides, and then you can move on to the other side. Whenever you feel ready and complete with your practice, You can go ahead and allow the legs to go out long into Shavasana, palms face up. Bringing the shoulders, kind of shooting them underneath you here, the shoulder blades. Really take up space, allow this time to rest, allow a couple minutes for you to just bask in all the work that you have done, to open up your body, and allow this life force to just travel through you, to settle within you. Surrender to what happens next. Begin to invite some movement back into the body, but breathing deeply into the chest, allowing it to rise and fall with your breath, and even into the belly. Nice big belly in. Exhale, let it fall. Wiggling the fingers and toes. Bring the feet together. The arms above the head for a nice long stretch. Rolling onto your right side. Really take your time. Coming on up to your seat. Let's bring the left hand on the heart and the right on top of it. Closing the eyes and just holding this area. Hold your chest. Thank yourself for this practice, for opening up, for strengthening, for balancing, for challenging, for practicing, for taking a moment to be present and aware, to listen to your intuition. Bring those palms together now in front of the heart, thumbs to the third eye, reach them up and then bowing. Namaste, Satnam. Thank you very much for doing this practice with me. If you liked it, please do like, and if you're not subscribed, I highly suggest subscribing. I do plenty of spiritual practices like yoga, meditation, light language, all sorts of stuff. I'm always growing my practice and sharing it with you. Comment down below your experience. I hope you feel amazing. I will see you guys next time.